because Markus is indispensable. Without Markus Anderson, I hope...
So we did the thing out with the press, and then we went right inside, took the coat off, sat down, and did the interview. So it was all in that same month.
Within the industry, be able to have the balance to take care of their families and to be able to do their jobs. A high tide raises.
So we did the thing out with the press, and then we went right inside, took the coat off, sat down, and did the interview. So it was all in that same within the ride industry. Be able to have the balance to take care of their families and to be able to do their jobs. A high tide raises a... Listen, what I'm about to spill isn't just some harmless royalty. This is the kind of truth that's been hiding in broad daylight, wrapped in smiles, polished PR statements, and carefully staged photos. And when it finally leaked, oh, trust me, it didn't just rattle a marriage, it shook the entire fairy tale the world thought Meghan and Harry were living. And at the center of all this chaos, one man. A name most people never paid attention to. A name Meghan Markle kept quietly close long before Harry ever walked into her life. Markus Anderson. Yes, that Markus. Her shadow, her anchor, her secret constant. And the scandal began with 6 little words that slipped from Marcus's own lips.
Once a Soho House basic, always a Soho House basic bitch.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Always been close. Intimate even. Just let that sink in for a second. Because he didn't deny, he didn't soften it, he said it straight. And then he added, that never really changed. Not even after Harry. Oh my God. The moment those words surfaced, that perfectly polished royal love story suddenly looked more like a puzzle with missing pieces. And people began asking one terrifying question. What exactly did intimate mean? Because if Markus was telling the truth, then Meghan's fairy tale wasn't exactly a clean slate. Far from it. It was tangled, complicated, and dripping with old loyalties that never actually died. They didn't come from a bitter ex looking for revenge or 15 minutes of fame. They came straight from Markus Anderson himself. And that's what makes this whole situation absolutely wild. This wasn't a nobody stirring drama. This wasn't a troll on TikTok guessing timeline.
The level of global fame that she enjoys now, or infamy, depends.
This was her person. The guy who'd been orbiting her life before royal titles, before paparazzi, before global fame. Someone who knew her on levels even Harry didn't fully grasp. And the scariest part, that confession was private. A moment of lowered guard. A sip too many moment. A truth that slipped out before he realized the room wasn't as quiet as he thought. But once those words escaped, there was no taking them back. It was layered with old loyalties, buried connections, and something that I just refused to die. Exactly. People immediately realized Meghan didn't just walk into royal life as a blank page. She walked in with Markus already written deep into her story, in ink that he didn't wash off, not even after she married a prince. Markus wasn't some +1 friend.
We've always been close, intimate even. That never really changed, not even after Harry. Those words...
He was practically the architect of her pre-royal life. He opened the doors, he shaped the image. He guided her steps, and before Harry, Markus was the man who understood her the way no one else did. He knew who to call, what rooms she needed to be in, which circles she needed access to. And slowly, very slowly, people started connecting dots the royal PR machine could never erase. People trying to take you down, sometimes they come from the ones who built you up in the first place. Before the world whispered his name, Markus was just a kid from Ontario with a strange talent. He could read people like open books, and that gift led him straight into the elite world.
Around the time that Soho House opened, he was the bee's knees, I'm telling you. He was the hot...
He didn't have money. He didn't have a famous last name. But he had charm, weaponized charm. And that was enough. His big break, Soho House. the exclusive playground of the rich, the famous, and the powerful. At first, he was just another employee. But Markus didn't stay ordinary for long. He became the gatekeeper, the man who decided who got in and who got left in the cold. That kind of subtle power can shape destinies. And one of those destinies was Meghan Markle. Meghan was filming Suits in Toronto when they met years before Crowns and Chaos. Instant chemistry. Not romantic. At least not at the beginning. But intense. Unmistakable. Markus had the connections.
Because maybe, just maybe, Meghan never really left Markus behind. By 2016, Meghan
had the fire. Together, they became a force. He curated her image, strategized her circle, polished her public life. Her rise wasn't luck. Markus was behind the curtain, pulling threads nobody else could see. And as Meghan's world grew bigger, Markus never left. Not before Harry. Not after Harry. Not even when the world forced Meghan to reinvent herself again and again. He transformed into something way more valuable. Markus wasn't just opening doors anymore. He became the person Meghan turned to when she needed clarity. Their connection deepened into something unexplainable, something that lived between the lines. Toronto nights, jet setting across Europe, quiet dinners no paparazzi ever found. Moments that looked casual but were anything but. People around them noticed. They had their own language, their own rhythm, their own unspoken understanding. And it made sense. He was the mirror she trusted, the strategist she relied on, the man who could steady her with one glance.
Talk about Markus Anderson. The two topics that, sadly are interconnected in this.
Protecting the woman he'd helped.
Markus understood something most people don't. And here is where the whole story turns historical. In 2016, Markus arranged Meghan's stay at Soho Farmhouse, the weekend retreat where she met Prince Harry for the very first time. Coincidence? Please. Markus curated that entire moment. He set the stage, arranged the people, and opened the final door that would change Meghan's life forever. But when Harry entered the picture, Markus didn't fade. He didn't step back. He didn't loosen his grip. Their bond simply reshaped itself. Quieter, deeper, unspoken, but absolutely still there. When Meghan met Prince Harry at Soho Farmhouse, most people saw a sweet, spontaneous beginning. But those who knew the truth, they saw Markus's fingerprints all over it. While the world imagined some magical royal meet cute, Markus had already arranged Meghan's room, set the schedule, curated the guest list, and ensured the timing was perfect. This wasn't luck. This wasn't fate. This was Markus orchestrating one of the most important introductions of Meghan's life. And here's where it gets even hotter. That very night, the night Meghan met a literal prince, she didn't gush to her mom, her castmates, or her girlfriends. She called Markus. Her voice was excited, breathless, nervous, the kind of thrill you can't fake. And she told him he's different. And Markus, he gave her the line that would rewrite history, then show him the side of you nobody else gets to see. And just like that, the trapdoor to royalty opened. Not because of fairy dust, not because of destiny, but because of advice that came from the one man who'd always shaped her steps. Prince Harry fell, and he fell fast. And the person quietly watching all of this unfold, Markus. At first, everything between Meghan, Harry, and Markus seemed smooth enough. Group dinners, shared jokes, casual hangouts. Harry tried, he really did, but something was off. The way Meghan lit up around Markus, the way she loosened her shoulders when he walked into the room, the way her voice softened almost unconsciously. Harry noticed, even if he pretended he didn't. That's when the doubts began creeping in, slowly, softly, poisonously. because Meghan didn't act that way with anyone else, not even with him. From secret getaways to engagement celebrations, Marcus wasn't on the sidelines. He was present, deeply present. He knew every plan before it happened. He was looped into intimate details. He was there for late night calls, emotional meltdowns, and big decisions. This wasn't normal. This wasn't casual. Meghan wasn't letting go because Marcus wasn't someone she ever truly let go of. When Meghan and Harry's 2018 royal wedding took place, the wedding watched by millions, the seating chart revealed everything. Marcus didn't sit in the back. He didn't sit with acquaintances. He didn't sit with coworkers. He sat close enough to breathe the same air as immediate family. Front and center. Honored. A place you don't get unless you're truly part of the bride's inner world. And people who worked behind the scenes started whispering, why is he that close? But the whispers got louder when staff noticed the patterns late at night, early morning, during family disputes. In the middle of royal chaos, it didn't matter if the timing was inappropriate. It didn't matter if Harry was right there. She always answered. Why? Because Marcus wasn't just a friend. He was her emotional first responder, the one she ran to before anyone else, even before her husband. And people inside the palace noticed. After brutal headlines, after family feuds, after the pressure of royal duties, who did Meghan turn to? Not Harry. Not the royals. Marcus. Every single time. And during one heated moment, Harry finally asked the question that had been clawing at him for years. Why does he still need to be around? Meghan's answer was ice cold, firm, unshakable. Because he's the only one who's never left. That one sentence hit Harry harder than any headline ever could. Because she said it like it was obvious. Like Marcus's place in her life wasn't up for debate. Like Harry was the one being unreasonable for even questioning it. And that's when the cracks began. Invisible cracks Harry didn't dare admit. But everyone close to them could feel. Harry hoped that once they left the palace, the distance would finally break the bond. But no. Marcus visited their Montecito home. He sat in their private gatherings. He was part of celebrations that were supposed to be just family. Friends visiting the couple said the mere mention of Marcus's name shifted the energy in the room. Harry would go silent, withdraw, shut down. Meghan would become defensive, tense, fiercely protective of Marcus. Every conversation near his name felt like stepping into a storm. A journalist caught Marcus in a casual setting, not a formal interview. Just relaxed, comfortable, guard completely down, and instead of dodging questions, Marcus smiled. That quiet, knowing smile people always described. And he said the 6 words that exploded across the globe. We've always been close, even after Harry. That wasn't a slip. That was a detonation. Within hours, headlines worldwide were screaming. People pulled up old photos, timelines, travel dates, everything. Suddenly, the public saw Meghan's past with new eyes. And behind palace doors, silent panic. Protecting the woman he'd helped shape into someone the entire world couldn't. He stopped talking about, while Meghan pushed back with fury, claiming this, was just another attack. Marcus went silent. No clarifications, no apologies, no public statements. He vanished, but his words stayed. They echoed, they haunted. And Harry, the prince who'd fought the world for the woman he loved, shut down. He replayed every moment, every text. Meghan deleted every business trip that aligned with Marcus's. Every time Meghan's energy shifted when Marcus entered a room, and that one word Marcus used, intimate, it wouldn't leave his mind. What did it mean? How close is too close? Did the relationship ever truly end? 1. Another night, while grabbing something from Meghan's laptop, Harry noticed a folder. Old photos. Hundreds. Toronto days. pre-royal life. The Meghan he never fully knew. And in almost every picture, Marcus, standing close, smiling, hand on her shoulder, that unmistakable bond captured again and again. Harry stared at the images until morning. No sleep, no tears, just quiet devastation. By dawn, he packed a bag and left for Aspen. He told Meghan he needed space. And for the first time since they'd fled royal life, Harry physically removed himself from the storm, leaving Meghan alone with a truth she couldn't outrun.